Oh, damn. So I just saw the Ebony Beaches fight with Shannon O'Connell. I gotta say, man, it was entertaining. It was entertaining, to be honest with you. And I respect anyone who walked into the ring, and these girls were taking their lumps. I have to be honest with you. I mean, I got no respect for Ebony Bridges, except that she's game, and these guys did go for it. But the truth is, the quality was so poor. Bridges got hurt early, and then she started to take over. She knocked down what's her face, Shannon. And they were game, man. I'll be honest with you. I'm not a hater. I'll call it as it is. They were game. They went for it, but the quality was so poor. It was just like a couple of skits outside of Leeds nightclub, right? Fighting over who would get to be rumped up by the local alpha male. It was just, it was so poor. What I found weird though, right? Because Ebony Bitch has got these huge breastises, these massive breastises, and you're allowed to hit the body to the chest. I don't understand why Shannon didn't batter her huge breastises, because that would have hurt her. I mean, the question is, do I have respect for these women? Yes, I have respect for everyone who walks into the ring, and they were tough, and it was a tough fight, to be honest. Frankly, I was surprised, but in terms of quality, it was so poor, and this is supposedly world championship boxing. I mean, I've seen male novices on a club show fight better than this. Have more skill, have more speed, more snap, more power. It's I can't abide by this stuff. And they will say, "Oh, it's the best fight of the night," and entertainment wise, actually, it was a pretty good fight. It was a pretty good fight. It was back and forth. There was power. Sorry, there wasn't power. but they hurt each other, and I do respect that. I would say my level of respect for Ebony's gone up. Having said that, the quality was so poor, so poor, and they will push this as a super fight, the Hagler Hearns of women's boxing, all this nonsense. I mean, I'm like, you know what I mean? If you got me two journeyman male boxers and put them together, but they're evenly matched, they would have a good fight too. And that's where this sits. That's where this sits. It was almost a fight of how not to box. Just sit there flailing away at each other. Like I said, it's like two drunk women fighting over the alpha male outside of the Leeds nightclub, and the winner gets to be smashed by the alpha. I mean, it's entertaining. Yeah, fairly. I mean, you got to be honest, it was entertaining. Back and forth. They both got hurt. They both gave it their all. And I don't like, I'm angry at myself for saying this, but I have to give them credit. On the other hand, it's part of a nonsense agenda to push women's boxing as being superior, as being, a worthwhile spectacle. I mean, you go down to any amateur club show and you'll see fights as good as this, in fact, better. So, don't get me wrong. Entertainment-wise, it was decent, but skill-wise, it was terrible. Flailing away, hitting each other. There was no skill. And as I said, I don't understand why Shannon, I think they must have had some agreement. You're not allowed to hit me in the breastises. Because you see them huge breastises, and the first thing you think is, I'm going to wipe that. And it's going to hurt, man. Why didn't Shannon O'Connell hit Ebony Bridges in the breastises? That's my question. But, I'm a fair guy, and I must say, yeah, they gave it their all. They were tough. They took a lot of shots, but the question is at what level? Well, it's a very low level. And don't give me this stuff like it's Hagler Hearns. Don't give me this stuff like, oh, this is better than men's boxing. Don't give me that stuff, man. You know, if you went down and you see some mud wrestling, and you get two mud wrestling women, and one of them, and they dominate, and they fight with heart and dominate, and and one of the mud wrestlers come on top, you'd be like, well done, man, you did well. Well, this is exactly the same thing. You got two women who can't fight. What's the expression? Two cart horses make a race. Two cart horses make a race. And I cannot, I'm reasonable to say that they did entertain, but it was still awful in terms of quality. Yes, I respect the women now. In terms of they took their lumps and they went for it, but they're both rubbish, and that's the reality.